Jart, I think you need to get like a fancy sounding kind of voice whenever you come into the channel as well.
Like,
It's always so
hello.
silent.
Kind of like Alistair.
Yeah, I miss Alistair's voice.
I do too. Craig sounds like a douche.
Yeah, he does sound
Does he kind of sound like an asshole?
Yeah, kind of like
now
Steven.
recording your shit. Kind of like Steven, yes.
Yeah.
Now recording.
The following podcast may have adult humor,
Swear words.
innuendos of a adult nature.
Making fun of me.
That's a given. Everybody looks forward to that. But just know that you have been warned. Hey everybody, we're back with another episode of Blind Nights because, hey, you guessed it, we're blind.
Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving.
I did. I really did.
The only good thing, like one of the good things is I didn't eat a ton, so I didn't feel like sloppy and, like over full, which was nice for a change.
Yeah, because you can be like way too full.
Oh my God, I hate it.
Yeah.
And then like a couple hours later, you're like, I want more.
That's kind of like old John Panette said about, Chinese buffets. He said you get so full and then like 30 minutes later, like, you go back for more.
Why is it with any Chinese food? Why do you want to eat again? Like, I'm always like that. I'm stuffed at the time, but then it wears off. It's weird.
Is it so good, I think?
There's a funny joke of John Panette. He's saying what his sister, he asks his sister what she wants him to bring for Thanksgiving. He said, she said shallots. He's like, who wants a shallot?
He was hilarious.
He was so funny.
I mean, he's still hilarious, but. Knights of the Braille News Desk. We do have a little bit of news. I've, still been in contact with Howie from Howie. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Tai Shuns. You
never talked about this on the show.
Yeah, I know. I have not got them in the mail yet. I'm assuming they'll be here like any day now. Really, really looking forward to.
I'm very interested in this.
To trying these out. And giving some feedback, and me. I don't want to say a whole lot of anything until I check them out for myself.
Yeah, right. Did he contact you or did you find him?
He found Jim and myself. He reached
who
out
cares
to
about Jim?
us.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
Love
I
you, Jim.
understand. I understand, but still waiting on those to come in. But y'all definitely check it out. I know he's on Instagram, but he's also has joined our Facebook group, so be sure to go there. If you have, and you can find the Facebook profile.
I want to make a comment about our Facebook group.
You want to?
This is a friendly comment, but
yes.
There's all these members. Y'all need to start interacting.
Yes, Jesse, they do, don't they, Jesse?
Well, I like things and share things.
But you can write posts in there, Jesse.
Well, what the hell do I have to talk about, Richard?
But see, you want to get everybody else in there, and you're like, I ain't got to do it. Yeah. But yeah, y'all definitely get active in the Facebook group because it's mostly just me posting.
I need to get active too. I know, but I'm just saying, like, if you listen to the shows, just say how you like them, or
here's a challenge for all the Facebook people out there.
You know what? How about if we do like a question of the week?
We could. I wouldn't mind them, those that play other games. Hey, post about your games out there. Do a quick recap. When you take notes in the session. And
my unofficial question was going to be, who was your first D&D character, and do you still play them?
Well, then why don't you post that in the group?
I will. I'll do it today.
We need. We'll take sideys, unsideys. Partial sighties, we'll take anybody in there. We just wanted to get up and active. The Twitter account is very active. So
I
y'all jump in there.
actually, breaking news, deleted Twitter the other day.
I know you told us that in the last episode.
Oh, did I? Okay.
Yes,
Sorry.
you did. So
I'm
it's
getting
not
old.
breaking news. Womp, 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 womp.
Breaking news, Jesse repeats himself.
Yes, it is. But
did you know there's a new version apparently people are migrating to called Mastodon?
Yeah, not me. I hate Twitter anyway.
Right,
I hate social media,
I'm not
period. No. Mastodon can go the way of the Mastodon and, extinct. Which I think is kind of sad because I think it would be really awesome to see a Mastodon.
It would be.
But then again, I think it'd be really cool but scary to see a T-Rex too.
Yeah, because it would eat you.
It wouldn't eat me. I'm fatty.
Well, they said they are working on cloning a woolly mammoth.
That could be really cool.
And I love all the headlines. Other people, whenever someone shares a story where they are talking about, they're like, "Did you not see Jurassic Park?"
Yeah. Oh, that's one of my favorite movies. But did you happen to walk by the Knights of the Braille bulletin board today?
I did.
Did you see anything up there that piqued your interest?
I did. I saw God dice. You're always guaranteed to roll a nat 20.
Sweet. I also saw something up there on the bulletin board. It was chocolate nuts by this baker in town called Harry Balls. So be sure to go by there and get some of his hot salty nuts. Yeah, I just get there's something funny about that, but I'm not really sure. But if anybody has anything they'd like to post on the community bulletin board, be sure to shoot us an email. Not that any of you will, but we still ask anyway. Check out these friends of Knights of the Braille.
Hello, I'm Quinn.
And I'm Alex.
And we're
a couple of characters.
We discuss topics related to creating characters for role-playing games.
We talk about fun characters we've created.
And give advice about how to make your own quirky characters.
Check us out every other week, wherever podcasts are found.
The Knight of the Braille Library.
Today's book is I believe it's called Hunt Them Down. It is by Simon Jervace. It is book 1 in the Pierce Hunt series. And Pierce Hunt is a former, some sort of military operative that is trying to leave his dark past behind him. But he is trying to take down this drug dealer. And someone kidnaps the drug dealer's granddaughter. And the only problem is, with his granddaughter is also Pierce Hunt's daughter. So
his granddaughter is his daughter?
No, this drug lord's granddaughter and his daughter, Pierce Hunt's daughter. They're both two women are kidnapped.
I was thinking he was from Alabama then.
No. So he has to dive back into that world that he doesn't want to be a part of again and kind of unleash the warrior inside him, or whatever you want to say. It's a great
darkness inside.
The Pierce Hunt series is a great thriller series. It's kind of like one of those things where I like it because that no one, he's not superhuman or anything, but you also know that no one's going to get shit over on him. And it's very good. He has to deal with, it's involved with child pornography and stuff like that. He really goes to the dark side of the world kind of to hunt these people down. It's a very good series. There's only been 3 books. It didn't really leave any plot. They're 3 books, but each of them is a contained story, so you could read
like a standalone.
They're kind of like standalones, but they build off of each other kind of thing, which is how most thriller series are, I guess.
Yeah.
But so it didn't really. I've read all 3 books, and they didn't really leave any loose ends, but I really wish there was more of them because I love them. I just read them like candy. When there's a new one, I just basically get it done in a day. This is a definite 5 stars. I would highly recommend it. And I think if you're on Kindle Unlimited, I think it's on there.
I'm not, but
I actually got the first book.
may know someone who I'm on there with.
Okay. I actually got the first book from the Prime Reading thing, the monthly.
Yeah, I like that.
And I love, oh my God, I wish there was, like I said, I wish there was more. So Hunt Them Down is definitely 5 stars.
By Simon Jerkface.
Gervais.
Oh.
Like the comedian Ricky Gervais.
Oh, he is pretty funny.
He's actually the one that's in that Avenue 5, I found out.
Ooh, I may have to check it
Oh, wait,
out.
no, I'm sorry, wrong British guy. It's not him. It's Hugh Laurie, who's also funny.
Yes. Me, I'm going back many
moons?
Many years. Did you ever read Animorphs as a kid? By Christina Applegate?
The first, 10, I think. I think there's 30. I've always said I wanted to go back and read them. I love those books.
I do too, and actually, me and you were talking about it, and they are on Audible, although I am not spending a credit on 3 hours.
I wouldn't either. I wish they'd give you collections of 5 at a time or something.
Yeah. I would seriously contemplate it then.
I would too. Are they all barred?
Some of them are. I really like them. I don't know how they'd be audio.
I don't know how they grew up, but I love them.
I think I've listened to one from Bard, and it wasn't horrible. But what I remember about it as a kid, and I'm not sure if the Braille versions had this. I don't know how they would. But in the bottom right-hand corner, say the person on the front cover was turning into a falcon, for instance. Mm-hmm. Well, in the bottom right-hand corner, the character would be turning into a falcon, so you could flip the pages really quick, and you could see the transformation.
The thing I like about those is each one's from a different point of view of one of the characters. I like that.
Yeah. I really enjoyed them.
I don't remember them now, though.
I like it's either Tobias or Tobias.
Yeah, and Axe, I think, was the alien, right? I liked him.
Yeah. I really liked him, but I think maybe that's what got me into liking science fiction-y fantasy. Because I see that being both sci-fi and fantasy, of course. But
they were another series that I would read those books when I'd get them in a day.
Yeah, easy. Kind of like Goosebumps for me too.
Yes, couldn't put them down.
Yeah. And we talk a lot about narrators saying things differently, and this reminded me that I had actually listened to one whenever I was reading them as a kid with sight. I pronounced it Yerks because it's Yeerks if I remember the spelling.
That's
correct.
What I would think too. I forgot all about that. That's what the bad aliens are called, right?
Yeah, the slugs in your brain.
Yeah.
But the narrator that I listened to said Yerks, and I don't remember how I thought of it. I can honestly see it. Yeah, I'm like, I never thought about that.
Maybe it's your K's.
It could be.
It's a ward.
Yerk.
That's kind of funny. I kind of like that, actually.
I don't know how they would really translate now, me being 39. I
don't either, but I still want to read them, kind of.
Yeah. A lot of those I'd love to go back.
Good graphic audio.
I think they would be. Yeah, I'd love to go back and read a lot of the older books like that I used to read, like Goosebumps, Encyclopedia Brown, stuff like that. But also at the same time, I remember how much I loved them, and I don't want to ruin that either.
I kind of love kids horror or family horror, so I don't think it would ruin Goosebumps for me.
Yeah,
I used to like I used to get them in Braille too. The Hardy Boy books.
Yeah, I never got into those. But I can see how they would be good because, Encyclopedia Brown was all about the mystery.
So was his real name Encyclopedia?
I don't think his first name was. I think he
I
just.
always wondered that.
I think because he just knew so much.
Okay, I always wondered that. I never. I remember there was an HBO series, and my grandma had HBO, but I never watched it.
Right.
I would have liked it if I did, but
The books at least were good. And I remember there's also a TV show, Animorphs.
yep, it was on Nickelodeon.
Yeah. Never did watch it though. Not that
It
I
was very
recall.
short-lived. I liked it, but didn't we
Yeah.
see somewhere that something was it Netflix or someone's bringing it back? I thought you and I saw that we were talking about it.
That may have been what brought it up, but you know, as always, we must move forward.
They always had cool titles too, from what I remember.
Yeah, like the invasion and
Yeah. Welcome to Termonology Tidbits.
feedback. It's something we've both asked, and I know a lot of game masters do ask that. And me personally, I'm always looking to see how I can improve, and
Yeah.
and it's not to like toot my own horn or to make my head grow any bigger than it is, but it's a legitimate thing because I want to make sure that my players are having a good time and giving them what
I'm
they
big on
like
that too, because
about it.
I don't think I ever do good,
No,
which we've talked about before.
yeah, I think a lot of game masters go through that, and legitimately there are some times when I think a game master does need to improve.
Right.
And, because they may not describe something that you need to know. Yeah. And I think I over-describe some things, and, new game masters specifically, want to improve and, make each session better and better, which I think, all game masters need to do that as well.
Yeah.
But I think some of the more veteran GMs need to continue to ask for feedback. Maybe not every session, maybe every 2 or 3, because
maybe like every arc of a
because
campaign.
we can all still learn. We all run the game differently. But I think we can always seek to improve, and I think whenever we start not caring about improving, I think that's whenever, it's like you get lackadaisical,
which is when I needed to take a break, and you needed to take a break.
Yeah, so it's something that always needs to be there, sided, unsided, veteran.
Like a problem for me that I know is a problem is explaining like dungeons. Like I have a problem with that when like you're just in a one location, say like the description isn't, it's just, excuse me, Jesus God, you
bless you, my child.
like you turn right and you walk deeper. It was the stone giant thing with the tunnels, or not the stone giant, the abyss.
Out of the abyss,
with the tunnels and stuff. I'm just like, oh my God. Like you were with the snow in Frostmaiden.
Yeah, the snow and Frostmaiden, the fog in Barovia.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get us wrong. There's always some things like that. How many different ways can you describe snow or
stuff that
stone, or fog? I mean, there's only so many ways you can go with it. Yeah. So
you're in hell. Okay.
Pretty much. Yeah. It's Mitch's campaign. I mean, nah. Just kidding, Mitch, if you're listening.
Mitch's campaign.
It is a lot of fun. But
Mitch's campaign has re-energized both of us.
It has. But like I said, veteran, rookie, sided, not sided, always seek to improve, because more times than not, there's always something you can do to get better.
I just want to make love to you. Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Joey B. I am the founder of Blind Knowledge. BlindKnowledge.com is where it's at. Podcasts, streamers, gamers, music. We got content. It's real. It's truthful. It's dope. Check it out, man. BlindKnowledge.com. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming.
the creature feature. And I'm assuming it's called a Leucrotta. It's Leucrotta. Leucrotta, maybe? I don't know. Going with how
Oh,
Jervace says
hillbilly speaking French.
Leucrotta. But a Leucrotta. Let me describe them to you. It is a mix of the head of a giant badger, deer legs, and a hyena body. They're held together with the ichor of a demon,
Ew.
and yet they still have the stench of death around them. They don't
I
have
don't like that.
teeth per se like canines and stuff like that, but they have like ridgy bones that the strength of their mouth and the sharpness of this can peel back plate armor.
Wow. They almost sound like a creature out of Greek myth. You know, they always mix like the head of a lion with the body of a whatever.
Yeah, they do. They are a chaotic. Excuse me. They are typically chaotic
Is that the
evil.
word you said you hate?
Yes, it
Okay, I thought
is. Typically chaotic evil, and I find this kind of offensive. They're large monstrosity. What if they have problems like,
They can be larger, but not be a monstrosity. That's just
right?
mean.
That's making fun of their
What if
weight.
they have like that gland disease that Andre the Giant had?
Yeah, and Big Show. No.
Oh, did he have it too?
Nah, I know Andre had it. Big Show's just big. What the
He's
hell,
just
like
a huge,
Yoko's?
like Did you ever see Deuce Bigelow?
Yeah.
That part when they're like, "That's a huge bitch."
Yeah. What if they had Yokozuna's problem, like open mouth disease? I mean, that's just very offensive, Wizards. You need to change that.
Very offensive.
But they have an armor class of 14, which, from the way they're described, it's like, that's a little underwhelming.
Yes, it is. I would agree.
And they have an average of 67 hit points.
That kind of sounds overwhelming too.
Yeah, and they only have a challenge rating of 3.
What?
It's like, well, that has to do with their armor class and their hit points as well. It's like the way that the full description that it has makes it sound like, no, I don't want to face that ever. But it's like, I can take that down. They can
Really, I'd probably try to write it.
Oh, he would in a heartbeat. But they can mimic human voices and animal sounds. Kind of like a hyena does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they evidently smell so bad that if you get anywhere near them or start a turn near them, you must make a Constitution save of 12 or you're poisoned.
I actually really like that.
Yeah, I really like that too. And they make multi-attack, a hoof and a bite attack. They both get +6. The bite gets an average of 8 piercing damage. But here's one thing that I really like about this creature. It does have some underwhelming things, but the stench thing makes up for it. And their critical hit. Now, I know I do my crits. You get your max damage, and then you roll the dice again. Typically, you roll like 2 damage dice at the same time.
So, like, if you have a D8 plus 4,
you would roll 2d8
plus
and
4.
Yeah. I just really don't
what?
like
It really
that.
should be +8. Because if everything's doubled, why isn't that?
because you really can't double your like proficiency and all there in your, because it's still the same. It's just one attack. You didn't all of a sudden get stronger in this attack, if that makes sense. But I see where you're coming from. But I don't like the rolling of the multiple dice. I like, one boom solid max
Yeah.
and then rolling again. But these creatures get to roll 3 dice. So there's like a D6. I didn't write that down. 1d6. They'd get to roll 3d6. So they would have bare minimum of 18 damage. If they maxed it all out.
Yeah.
Plus, all their little modifiers and things like that, which I didn't write down. But
You're not doing your job, sir.
Yes, I am. I'm making people go and buy the books if they want to see everything.
Yes, that's true.
Their hooves, again, get a +6. And they have an average of 11 bludgeoning damage. But here's a really cool feature, too, as well. They get a bonus action after their attack with the hooves to disengage from the attack. So it's like they can come in, attack, and then leave.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
And that's really cool because that can, make you chase after them.
And then you go into the poison thing.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, a lot of potential there with that.
This episode is brought to you by the Knights of the Braille and is made possible through the support of viewers such as you. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to get all of the latest information and episodes. Thank you.